So how many points of tangency do I have here? I got one over here and one here. That means we have a right angle. Is the figure overlapped? Yep. So I'm going to separate it. So here's my longer triangle. And here's my shorter triangle. On my longer triangle, since it's asking us to find AB, I would have to put x and 12 together. X plus 12. Right with me. And then we have 9. In my smaller triangle, we have 12 and 4. And then now we can write a what? A proportion. Doesn't matter which order you take. I like to have the variable on top first. X plus 12 over 9. So I'm going horizontal to vertical. So on the right side, I need what over what? 12 over 4. Should we go ahead and cross multiply right away? I wouldn't. Can I simplify this? So we have x plus 12 over 9 remains the same. But 12 over 4 must be what?
3.
So I'm going to write 3 over 1. And then you can cross multiply. So when I do, I get that 1 really isn't going to affect the x plus 12. So I'm going to leave x plus 12. What is 9 times 3? 27. And what is 27 minus 12? Boom. X equals 15. Oh, 15. And x was the AB, so we're done. So do simplify as you go since you can't use a calculator, okay? Unless you're okay with the bigger numbers. Okay, number 4. All right, Reese, let's read number 4.
If the radius of circle O is 17, AB 35 OE.
Okay, so it says the radius is 17. When given the radius, what of the triangle should I make the radius become? So I have this here, and I have this here, and I have this here. Should be the hypotenuse. And yes, it is a right triangle. I'm going to go ahead and bring this out really big. So here I have 17 is my radius. They gave us the AB right here. The whole thing is 30. So what would the partial be? 15. And then it says to find OE, which is this distance. Would that be one of the Pythagorean triples? Which one is it? 8, 15, 17. What if you forget?
Yeah, how do you figure out if you forget?
Use Pythagorean theorem. So we have our x is equal to 8. But if we have an easier way, why even bother? Just my opinion. All right, number 6, Jet, let's read.
Quadrilateral ABCD is inscribed in circle. If the measure of angle A is 3 times the measure of angle C, and the measure of angle B equals 72 degrees, find the measures of angle AC and D.
Did it say specifically what kind of quadrilateral? Just draw a random one. As long as it's got 4 sides, I don't care what you draw. So then it says measure of A. So I should name this A, B, C, and D. Frank, are you with me?
Yeah.
I am recording. It says A is 3 times the measure of C. So let's call C X. How would I represent A as 3 times the measure of C? 3x. And then it says angle B is 72. And we're looking for all the measures of A, C, and D. Let's think about a fact. If a quad is inscribed in a circle, the opposite angles are what to each other? Supplement. So we know 3x plus the x must equal 180. Otherwise, it cannot be inscribed. So we have 4x is 180. So how many must be my x? 45. I would just half it and half it again, if that kind of makes sense. 45. So then I need to find angle A, angle C, and angle D. So let's write measure of angle A, measure of angle C, and measure of angle D. So we know x is 45, so C has to be 45. And if I triple the 45 for angle A, it's got to be 135. And for angle D, these numbers really don't matter. What is 180 minus 72?
108.
Boom, done. Your opposite angles must be supplement to each other, meaning 180 when you add them. Okay, our last one, number 10. Okay, Annika, let's read number 10.
Find the area of segment, shaded region, leave answer in terms of time.
So I would need to find a quarter of the area and take away the triangle. Do we see that? So let's go ahead and write on here. Find the quarter of the area minus the triangle. And when I do, I will find the segment or the shaded region. Okay, given 8, could I find the area and divide it by 4? Yeah? Could we do that? Let's do pi r squared. So our pi r squared for this one will be pi 8 squared. Isn't that 64 pi? But I only need a quarter of it. So what is 64 pi divided by 4? 16 pi. That's going to go right here. Minus. Now I need to find the area of the triangle. The formula for the area of the triangle was base times height divided by 2. And the nice thing about the circle is that the radius will always be congruent. So there's our little base and the height. So we have 8 times 8 divided by 2. So what is 64 divided by 2? 32. Can I combine these two when one has a pi and the other doesn't? No. So I'm just going to wrap it up and say my units are centimeters squared.
How did you know to find 64 pi
By a quarter, because we're looking at 90 degrees, and 90 degrees is a quarter of 360. Mm-hmm.